Today, I want to get into V possibly upset over the recent backlash and stuff happening and V getting removed from photos during the CELINE shoot. Then we have people thinking the CELINE staff posted something that hinted towards Lisa and V being an item. And then we have Lisa doing a bit of a statement. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave Decide. Hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, hey Spling Mug merch, and let's go. Lisa is such a great friend and very supportive towards her members. Recently, she was spotted at the airport with Jisoo, and what she did was super cute and adorable. But before we get into that, I need to give some backstory on everything. If you are unaware, Jisoo has a song called Flower, and the song is very catchy and nice. The song has a nice beat drop, and it's nothing too crazy, but super catchy. People had some controversial opinions on the beat being too subtle and not crazy, but music is going away from the super intense beat drops. Also, when you have super intense beat drops, the dancing will also have to be something very intense. Jisoo's Flower has a very simple beat, so for that chorus, she does a hand movement and a hip sway. I do react to the song Flowers by Jisoo and the music video over on Patreon. If you want to fangirl and enjoy that video with me, I will link the Patreon in the description. We still have a limited $1 tier that is open. I will link it below. As always, we have a fun time if you want to join. Now, of course, every time an artist releases a song, they expect to launch a challenge. The point of this is to get the video on TikTok and get people to use the song on TikTok. Once the song goes viral on TikTok, the success of the song is almost guaranteed. Actually, there really hasn't been a song that went viral on TikTok that did not receive big success on the charts or whatever. Making the dance simple and relatable is a good way to get people to do it. BTS's challenges are harder to do, for example, because a lot of BTS's songs are not made with the marketing in mind, whereas I feel like the Blackpink producers think about the marketing as they are making the song. Jimin's song Like Crazy had a challenge too, and so did the song Run BTS. However, both of these choreographies are extremely difficult to do, so most day-to-day people aren't going to participate in that challenge. The flower dance challenge that ended up happening on TikTok was a very funny one. The part where Jisoo is doing the hand motion for the chorus, this was the initial challenge. People will often take a challenge and make it more their own, so people were doing that with that hand motion with their pets' faces in the middle of their hands. And there were so many cute videos of all this all over. Now flash forward to Lisa and Jisoo at the airport. Lisa was walking in when there was a moment that the girls were going through the check-in process. Lisa did the flower challenge with Jisoo's face. She definitely wanted the reporters to catch that, and once the video went live, people took that moment to say that Lisa has been binge watching these challenges on TikTok because she is doing it too. People love this obviously because you needed to be on TikTok to get the challenge, and it's not the original challenge the label might have had in mind. So people were thinking that maybe Lisa saw their video or that she had watched a bunch of videos, and perhaps she even has a burner account she uses or something to binge watch other people without anyone knowing. So if you did do this challenge, then be prepared that Lisa might have watched and even liked it. That would encourage a lot more people to do the challenge for sure. I love that Lisa is doing her own thing, and we have actually recently seen Lisa and Taeyang together again. This shocked the internet, but they're both ambassadors of CELINE, so them working together is super likely. Similar to how Jennie and Jungkook are working with Calvin Klein together. So I want to mention that it was Lisa, Taeyang, and Bogum that were together for the CELINE shoot. People tend to forget Bogum, but the internet was divided over this shoot, and just as much as the first shoot of all three of them did together, the drama is not related to Bogum, but to Taeyang and Lisa. Them two are called the problematic ones, even though, as you'll find out in a minute, they didn't do anything. What made them quote-unquote problematic was the fan wars that the fans did between themselves. Lisa and Taeyang didn't have to do anything to be quote-unquote problematic. Blinks were attacking Taeyang, and some armies were attacking Lisa. They were posting pictures of Taeyang removed from the photos, and then they were replacing him with a dog or anything that was seemingly unflattering. They would also replace Lisa with a gorilla or anything like that, and the idea here was to say that the photos would be better without either of the two. And I think this is so stupid, because it's quite obvious why CELINE had chosen these two as their ambassadors. Clearly they are a good fit. Others were saying that Taeyang didn't deserve the ambassadorship and that Lisa deserved it because she had been the ambassador since 2018, and then others went to try to disprove Taeyang's ambassadorship to say that Lisa got a formal statement from CELINE on Twitter to say that she was the ambassador, but Taeyang did not. And I don't know the point of all this. The fact that Taeyang is there and that he is representing the brand is what literally matters. Who cares about all this little stuff? All to say that the one idol is better than the other. And in reality, neither Taeyang nor Lisa are trying to be better than one another. Now, all of this just seems like petty, immature people fighting each other, and it is. And when I talk about things like this, I get some comments of people saying, who cares about this drama, or that it's not worth to bring up. And that's probably my fault, as I fail to always include a specific reason why these comments are relevant, and when we see it, we need to shut them down. This often leads to a much bigger issue within the fandom, because let's say you're a Lisa supporter and now suddenly you're getting a lot of attacks from alleged armies about Lisa and insulting Lisa's character, and it only makes sense for you to fight back. Some people leave it at that and then throw a punch or two at Taeyang and then move on with their life. They probably won't ever listen to BTS's music or Taeyang's music, but that's the most they do. However, it should be no surprise that a lot of fans within K-pop like to take things as far as the scale will go, and all the way to the other extreme. People will then start sending death threats to BTS, and then suddenly one day you'll wake up to a huge amount of death threats and people saying how they will shoot the members and do really disturbing things to them. And all because this someone insulted Lisa. These death threats then have real life implications, like police officers needing to show up at concerts to protect everyone or things like that. And it's good to have protection at concerts, and a lot of people think, oh, I feel better with more police officers here. However, a concert is supposed to be safe, and so if I see a bunch of officers there, I feel unsafe actually, because why are they there? And if something like a bomb were to break out, what is an officer going to do? And then on the other side of that, if all the town's officers are at this event because there could be a bomb or a gunman, then who is protecting the town at that moment? If there's any crime or real life tragedy going on, all the officers are dispatched at this concert. So when I talk about these things and people think I'm being dramatic, I feel like the whole picture is not being seen. It's not being dramatic, the situation is very dramatic. In reality, the two actually do like each other and probably support each other a lot. Now, there's a lot of rumors of the two really liking each other, and that's a completely different story. I don't think the two are dating, but that doesn't stop the rumors from existing. There was a TikTok video that went viral of V and Lisa backstage during the shoot, and I assume this was taken by a staff of CELINE, because the likelihood of a stalker or anyone like that being allowed into the CELINE set and be seen in plain sight recording both Lisa and V is very low. So this was likely a staff, and the video ended up being posted. You could see Lisa's face light up the moment Taeyang walked in, and I thought this was super cute and fun. You could tell that the two like each other. Of course, rumors go that the two were dating or hooking up later backstage, given how close they were. But I've had a lot of friends that are girls, and we both light up when we see each other, you know? The same way I light up when I see my male friends. If you have friends that don't make you light up, then dispose of them. The two are likely good friends, and they have now worked together publicly twice, so they've had some conversations, they've hung out, and they probably know each other well. I think it's quite odd to assume that since the two greeted each other in a cordial way, that means they're dating, because what if the footage was shown that the two didn't even acknowledge each other? Because what if the footage was shown that the two didn't acknowledge each other? They like to snub each other. Then the rumors would be that, and that they hate each other and are rude. So honestly, what is better? I'd rather they acknowledge each other and be friends. Plus, with all of the rumors going on with Jennie and Taeyang, I would imagine Taeyang and Lisa would be good friends because they have a lot to laugh about. But what do you think about all this? How do you feel about people removing Taeyang from the CELINE photos on set? How do you feel about people saying that Lisa and Taeyang kissed backstage? And how do you feel about Lisa giving a statement by acknowledging the flower challenge? Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.